I'm here with Trish Rongo from the Townwide Fund. How nice to see you.
Hi, Gail. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm excited because this particular fund, which serves 20 organizations, has been helping the town of Huntington for 50 years.
More than 50.
Yeah, 1961.
Yes.
And I cannot get over your particular creed. I know that James Powers had mentioned this. Do you remember that line? I'm going to use the line, and I'm going to read it because it's really powerful. You make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give. Trish, how does this fund develop that?
Well, the joy of this fund is that we raise fund through various events. All the money that we raise stays in Huntington. All of the money we raise goes to local charities that provide direct impact to people who are in need of vital health and human services. So what we do is we're really focused on making the life of each individual in the town better.
And apparently you have some 40 volunteers and have raised over $10 million in the last 50 years. Tell me a little bit about that and how people can get involved.
The Townwide Fund was founded back in the 60s by members of the Chamber of Commerce, actually. There seemed to be a lot of people fundraising for different organizations, and they came together and thought, wouldn't it be great to create one model similar to the old-fashioned community chest, where people would raise money, all the money would be pooled together, and then we can disperse that money throughout the community. All of our board members, I should say, are volunteers. They all work very hard, and by doing this fundraising and working together and having the outreach in the community and having our board members be active business people in the community, it raises a lot of awareness for what we do and helps us to achieve our goals.
So in the 501c3, if somebody wants to reach out to either volunteer or to help, what do you suggest?
Well, the first thing I would say is visit our new website, which was developed by one of our corporate sponsors, Max First. This new website will give you a direct entree into all the various ways that we are involved in the community and the various ways that people can become involved in the Townwide Fund. I mentioned corporate sponsors. Canon is our lead sponsor. We were very lucky that when they came to Melville, they found our charity worthy of their support. We were looking for smaller organizations. You don't have to be Canon. You can be a small business that wants
Everybody can help.
Everybody. We have payroll deductions. We have coin boxes in your dry cleaner and in your deli. We have planned giving arrangements that can be made. We have events that you can come and volunteer at. We're always looking for some people that are happy to help. We're always looking for board members who are...
Now, I know you have 4 main events during the year. You have the St. Patrick's Walk.
Well, that's a 4-mile run.
Oh.
Which was in the rain this year, but those runners, they still keep coming. We have the...
you have another run?
We have the Thanksgiving Day run, which everybody comes. That's a really big event in town. We get a lot of runners, kids coming back from college, family coming back to visit from out of town. We get a huge turnout for that.
And a red tie event at Oheka?
We have the Red Tie Gala at Oheka, which this year we did phenomenal with. We had a lot of wonderful sponsors, we had a lot of wonderful attendees, and we had a lot of local merchants that donated wonderful items for our live auction and our raffle prizes. So.
Now on May 14th, you have a very special event. Really excited about this, so let's share and find out how people can get involved.
Sure. On Thursday the 14th at the Crescent Club, we will be holding our annual charity golf outing, and our honoree this year is 86 Mets world champion pitcher Doc Gooden. We're very thrilled to have him. He's currently affiliated with First Equity and pinktide.org, who is partnering with us and supporting us in this event. Anybody who wants to come can visit our website, which is townwidefund.org, or you can call me in the office at 631-629-4950.
And he's a very interesting man. I just finished rereading his memoir, incredible story, of overcoming different odds and talking about survival. And a lot of that has to do with your organization, helping people to keep it together, helping people to get a start, and then encouraging them to move on. Who are some of the different charitable organizations you're helping?
Well, there's a lot. Just to give you an idea of the kind of impact we have on the community, we support the community youth organizations. The one right here in town, the Tri-CYA, is a haven for over 60 kids a day. They get food, they get homework help, they get education. It's a wonderful way to keep the kids off the street whose parents have to work or might be in a single parent situation, and provide them with the guidance that they need to succeed.
Oh, Trish, that is so important. As a former educator of 36 years, I can't tell you how significant that is and what it does to the kids to know that you care so much. Who else?
Well, another one is the Dolan Family Health Center. As we have, our healthcare crisis and all the different things going on, there's a need for immunizations and for emergency medical care. We provide a grant to the Dolan Family Health Center, and kids can go in. This way they can go to school, they can attend school, they can get the immunizations that they need. We do things with St. Johnland. We do things at Hospice House, simple things like providing an oxygen tank for someone so that someone who's in a nursing facility can go home and spend the day with their family and have a portable oxygen tank, which just, it makes them feel like have dignity.
And we care about them. I think that's such a necessity that's so important for the healing process. I know that you're working with, in addition to Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, you're also working with seniors and in food projects. You want to share anything about that?
Yeah, well, we work with Huntington Meals on Wheels, and we provide them with a grant which generally pays for the containers that keep the food safe and warm so that they can have, a good hot meal and that visit. That's also so important. The work that they do is incredible because these people are homebound and otherwise might not have any human contact. So they look forward to getting that meal, and they look and knowing that we can help the meal to stay warm and safe and,
Recently, in fact, this year, you helped Toys of Hope. My good friend Melissa, and it was a dire situation. Would you share a little bit about that, please?
Sure. That was a perfect example of why living in the community and working in the community is so important, and it's what we do here. I happened to see a post on Facebook that Toys of Hope had been robbed a day or two before Thanksgiving, and within a number of quick phone calls, I know Doc Spencer's office reached out to me. We got in touch with Melissa. I drove immediately to the warehouse, and within probably 45 minutes, we were able to cut an emergency grant to help replenish what they had missed. It's a perfect example of the immediate and direct impact that the Townwide Fund can have and does have on the community. But I'd also be remiss without bringing up all the moms in Huntington that posted on Facebook, and all the individuals that also brought food and money to the drop-off points at Finley and the other schools around town. So it was a true community effort. We just happened to be able to get there with a check, quickly. So,
well, Townwide is lucky to have you. Let's go over a little bit of your background as well, because you are the director, the executive director, and I know that you've worked at the hospital, you helped with Gail is there, you actually worked at the Whaling Museum, both educational. I know that you've done a number of things. Share a little bit. And you're also a mom.
Yes, I have 3 boys and a husband. My husband is also a business owner in town. But we moved to Huntington back in 2004. My husband opened his practice. He's a dentist in town. Plug there for honey.
See how white her teeth are.
So anyway, I immediately became involved in the neighborhood and fell in love with Huntington and started doing volunteer work. So I was a board member and a past president of the Junior Welfare League of Huntington, which also receives grants from us. They do amazing work. They have new programs going on. I was on the executive planning committee for Huntington Hospital.
What about Chamber of Commerce? I know you're doing a few things there too, multicultural.
Yep, I'm on the multicultural committee and the women in business committee. And then I wound up getting my first job doing taking it from volunteer work to a job was when I got hired at the Whaling Museum in Cold Spring Harbor as their marketing and development manager.
May I ask you about the leadership in 2014? I thought that was significant. Perhaps you'd like to share that.
Leadership Huntington is also something that was born out of the Chamber of Commerce as a way to develop leaders in the community through a series of seminars and workshops. So you could learn everything from how the sewage plant works, which I didn't enjoy that much, to going through the Historical Society, having a tour of the John Ingman Theater. So you just get to see every facet of the community, and you do it with a group of people. You also learn leadership skills, and it's a fantastic program, and I'm a recent graduate of that also.
Well, congratulations for all you're doing. I hope to see you at the golf outing. I'd love to be there. This is going to be exciting. And you know what? I hope to see you as well. Thank you so much, Trish.
Thanks.